today we are going to learn how we can install and configure a Flutter development environment inside of our PC. So we'll be using a Windows 10 over here, but you can use any other version of the Windows like Windows 11, right? But we will be using a Windows 10 over here. So let's go and get started over here. First of all, we need to go to the flutter.dev over here. Make sure you open this particular website over here, and once you open that particular website, you can see beautiful looking apps and all of those designed built using the Flutter over here. But we are not interested on all of this over here. We need to go to get started first of all. So let's go and get started over here, and we will be choosing a development platform over here. For now we'll be using a Windows, so make sure you select a Windows over here, and we will build an application for our mobile. So let's just go and select the mobile from here. And now these are the system requirements, so make sure you have this particular requirement. So minimum is this one. So your CPU core need to be at least 4, memory need to be at least of 8 GB, right? And these are the display resolution and then the free space as well. And we also require some of the development tools that will be for the Git and Studio, and also we'll require some Visual Studio Code that is for the IDE. Also we'll make use of the Android Studio, and we'll be not using the IntelliJ over here, IDE over here. You can skip, or if you have this, that's cool, but we will be using our Visual Studio Code over here. For our Flutter deployment, we'll be using this one, and we'll be configuring the Visual Studio Code over here. And you can also use the Android Studio, but we will be using a VS Code over here. So that are the tools that is required. So what you need to do is you need to go to this particular links over here and download the VS Code for the Windows, the latest version. And next is we need to install the Git for the Windows, right? So make sure you download and install the Git. And next is we need the Android Studio over here, and I have downloaded all of those required files. So now you can see I have the VS Code over here, I have the Git, and also the Android Studio over here. So once you have downloaded all of this software, we will configure this one by one. So first let us go and configure our Git over here. So just double click this one over here and click on next from here, and click on next, and I'll just click on yes, and let's add the desktop icon over here and click on next from here. I'll just use a default properties or the default configuration for now. So let's just click on next, 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 and next, and next, and I'll just use all of the default configuration over here because this is not a Git course, so we'll not focus on all of those configuration. We'll just use a default configuration provided for us. So I'll just uncheck both of these, or if you want you can check any of those or both of those, but I will uncheck all of those. And let's just go and install this particular configuration over here. So this will take a couple of a second to install all of this configuration, and once the Git has been installed, we should be good to go and move forward with our Android Studio over here. So let's wait for this one to complete, and we need to, once it is done, we'll just uncheck this one, click on finished. Let's open up the command line over here, and I need to type the Git over here, and make sure you get that particular command working over here. So once you type the Git, you should get all of those commands listed for you. So that means that the Git installation was successful. And the next is we need to go over here and let's install the Android Studio next. So just double click on the Android Studio over here and just click on next, and then the next from here, and click on next, and just a default one. So I'll be just using all of the default configuration for now, and later you can always go and change some of the configuration if you need. So let's wait for this one to complete over here, and now click on the next from here and start the Android Studio. Let us select do not import any setting from here and just click on next from here, and I'll clicking don't send from here. You can also send the user static for Google, but I'll just click on the don't send over here. And once we are here, we'll just click on the next from here and we'll select the standard from here. And these are the SDK that we need to install again over here. So that will be installed on the SDK folder, user, then your name, app data, local, Android, and then the SDK over here. Just click on next from here, and I need to accept all of the license condition over here. Just click on accept all of those from here and just click on finish. So it's going to download and install all of those configuration, and we just need to wait for that to complete. Depending on your internet speed, it may take some time, so let us just wait for it to complete over here. And once it is done, we can just click on finish from here, and this should open up the Android Studio over here, and we can go to the action more from here, and we will select the virtual device manager from here. And you can see that we got one virtual device that has been created for us. Just allow access to all of those, and that's cool. So we have also one VM or the Android virtual device created for us. That's cool. So let's just close this one for now, and let's close all of those. And next is we need to install the VS Code over here. So just double click on this one and just select accepted terms and conditions. Just click on next, and I'll just click on next from here and create the desktop icon over here and open with the code action. I'll just click on this one and open with the code action window explorer. Just click on that one as well. Just click on next and click on the install. So that should go and install the VS Code over here. So we have almost completed all of the required steps. So let's go back to our installation documentation over here. We have already installed all of those required files. So next is that we need to open up our VS Code over here. So just go back to the VS Code over here and click on launch the VS Code over here. So let me just go and minimize all of this, and now you can select the theme that is suitable for you. So I'll just go and select the light theme or the dark theme, high contrast light. So let's just select the high contrast over here, and that should be good enough. So let's go back over here and let's just go and maximize this one. And next thing that we need to go and install some extension over here. Just click on this particular icon, and here we need to search the FLUTTER Flutter extension, and we need to install that particular. Just click on the top one, and this will go and install the Flutter extension for us. So once it is getting installed, it will also install the Dart for us. So now once the installation is going on, let's go back to the documentation over here. And what we need to do is we need to download next is the Flutter SDK. Currently we haven't installed or downloaded that SDK. So what we will do over here is we'll create one dev folder over here. So let's go back over here to our let's just go and minimize this one for now, and we'll go back to our C drive over here, and let's create the new folder over here, and I'll just call this one as a dev, and let's open up this one, and let's go back to our installation document over here. And here what we'll do is let's go and select the another option. This is if you want to install directly using the VS Code over here, but let us go and select the download and install option from here. So what we'll do over here is we'll download the current latest version, which is of 3.16.8. This is a stable version, and once you are watching this video, it may be a different version. So the installation process is still same. So we'll be downloading this one. Previously there was an option to directly clone it from the GitHub, but I guess they have removed that particular option over here, as I can't find that particular option over here. never mind, let's just go and download this particular zip over here, and we are going to configure it over here. So let's wait for it to complete. And once the download has completed over here, let's go back to our download folder over here, and let us extract this particular file over here. Just click on extract it, and then once the extraction is done, what we need to do is we will move that particular folder to our newly created folder over here. So let's just wait for this one to complete over here. And once we have successfully extracted that particular folder, we can just copy this one from here, or you can just copy it, and we will move that one to our newly created folder inside of the C drive inside the dev, and I'll just go and paste that one over here. So let's just move it over here, or let's just copy and paste it over here. And once the copy or the move has successful, we will just open up that particular folder over here, and we are inside this particular C drive and the D and dev and then the Flutter over here, and we'll go inside the bin folder over here, and we'll open up the git bash over here. And from here, what we can do is we can type the flutter flutter doc tor over here, and we can't find the flutter flutter command over here. So let's just set the flutter flutter over here, and that command is not found over here. And to fix this one, let's go and open up our environment variable over here. So env, and edit the environment, edit the system environment variables over here. And once we are over here, let's select the environment variables over here, and we will go to the path from here in the user variable for this particular user only. I'll select the path, and I'll just click on the edit over here. And what we need to do is we need to add a new one over here. So I'll just go and copy this particular directory from here, and let us go and paste that one over here. So I need to create that particular new one over here. Just click on OK, and just click on OK. Now I'll just close all of this from here, and let's just try to go and open up the cmd over here, or the command prompt, and let's just type the flutter flutter from here, and now you should get that particular flutter command over here, and we are good to go. Now we can run the flutter command from anywhere once we have configured that particular environment variable. So I guess I can also close this one, and I should be able to open up that, and let's just say flutter flutter, and we are able to run that particular command over here as well. So now we are good to go. We are able to run the flutter command from anywhere. And next command, I need to run the flutter flutter doc flutter doctor. So this is going to detect, it is going to scan our Flutter setup over here, and it will give us any of the messages or the error that our Flutter installation has. So let us wait for this one to complete over here. And once the command has successfully run, you can see that we have some of the error. One is of the Android tool chain over here. So what we need to do over here is let's go back to the dock over here and agree the Android license over here. So let's just go and select this particular command over here, and let's copy this particular command, and let's go and run that particular command over here, flutter doctor that's the Android license over here. Let's just run that particular command over here. So Android SDK manager not found, unable to update to the latest Android SDK. Ensure that the command line tool are installed to resolve this. So we also got another error that we need to install the command line tool. So what we need to do is we need to go to the Android Studio over here, and let us open our Android Studio, and we need to install that particular command line tool. From more actions, just go and select the SDK manager over here, and once it is opened, what we need to do is we will go to the SDK tools over here, and we need to install the Android command line tools over here, and just click on apply, and just click on OK. So configure, okay, just click on the over here because it require some of the disk spaces over here. That's just the warning message. Just click on finish and click on OK for now. And here we'll just go back and apply that particular and run that particular command again, that is to run the Flutter doctor dash Android dash the license over here. Just hit enter over here, and let's wait for this one to complete over here. So once you run that command, it will ask you to accept this particular license, and from here you just have to click on yes over here and just select yes, 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 and yes, and that should be fine. So let us go and run the Flutter doctor again, and let us try to see the any error or the message that we get over here. So I guess that should be fine. It just gives us an error on the Visual Studio over here, because we are not going to create any of the desktop application that is going to target the Windows app. So I guess we are fine over here. We are just going to build for the Android and also for the iOS over here. And now with this installation and the configuration, I guess we are good to get started with the Flutter development for our mobile apps. We are not going to build for the Windows over here. If you are going to target, or if you are going to build the application for the Windows, make sure to install the VS Code over here, or the Visual Studio over here. VS Code we have already installed over here. So that's all for this lesson, and from the next lesson we are going to create our first Flutter app, and till then, have a great day.